TechTales 6. Disappointingly, this is TechTales 6. It's May 7th on a Tuesday, 9:25 a.m. It's disappointingly TechTales 6 because TechTales 6 was supposed to be the video that I've been working on for the last 3 days. I told you about Fran's computer and the hard drive that popped a flame of smoke. And then I had recorded all of that. So over the weekend, I worked on that and worked on it and was doing a job I was really proud of with a lot of editing. I have no idea how many hours I had into it, and then Camtasia started fouling up, freezing on me, playing audio when the screen said that it was paused. When I hit the play button, nothing would happen. I'd move the playhead around and the same image would stay on the screen. All kinds of strange symptoms. So I called Camtasia, and by the time I called them, I was really pretty frustrated, and they knew it, and I was apologizing for my tone right off the get-go and acknowledging that I'm just frustrated. It's not you guys. And they got me help right away. I found their tech support was really good to deal with. The conclusion, since I'm not a Mac person and I'm doing all my, well, not all my video editing, but I bought this Mac back in 2012 for doing video work. At that time, I was doing video work for my aviation as a pilot and doing videos of our kids we'd take for free flights and all kinds of different fun things that we do with aviation. And so that's why I have the Mac, and I've been using it. Well, it was out of date, and the conclusion was from Camtasia that I should upgrade my operating system. So I set up the time, what do they call it? Time something or other from for doing Mac backups. Because I hadn't been doing it because there was nothing on the computer I cared about. I kept all of my video files on a whole bank of external hard drives I have over there. And so I wasn't really worried about that. Oh, Time Machine. I wasn't worried about backing up the Mac so much. So I did a backup of the Mac using Time Machine. That's pretty slick. I like that, the way that works. And then I did the upgrade to the Mojave operating system. I was on El Capitan, which is 4 years old, four editions old. And that went okay. And about half an hour ago, I tested the I also installed the newer version of Camtasia. Turns out, when I bought Camtasia 8 days ago, I got version 2018. The next day, I got an email offering me the new 2019 version for an extra fee. So I was already a little bit on edge about that. I thought that was unfair, but when I called them, they said, "Oh no, you're entitled to the 2019 because you had bought the 2018 within 30 days before the 2019." So I've also installed the 2019 and found that it has the same problem right away. I go to editing that file and it has the same problem. So I decided, you know what, I just need to let go of that whole project. It actually turned out to be 2 videos to show that whole project, because I also tore apart the adapter that smoked to find the parts in it that burned, and it was just a fascinating project, and I thought you would enjoy it, but I'm going to have to let go of that for a while. I decided that, you know what, I'm just going to use this 2019 Camtasia on this Mojave operating system on my Mac for a while and see if it's stable. And then maybe eventually I'll go back to that video that I've done all that work already and see if I can salvage something from it. So this Tech Tales this morning is I just figured I'd tell you about the things that I have on my short list to do for clients. Once I end this recording, I'm going out to a client's office. It's a housing unit, multiple-story housing unit that rents to low-income, Section 8 type and disability. I think I'm saying that right. Forgive me if I'm not. But anyway, you have to qualify on the low end of the income scale to live there. And I'm going out there because yesterday I worked by phone and remote connection with the video surveillance technician. Was out there on site, and he had already fixed his issue, and his company has a 2-hour minimum anytime a technician goes out on site. So the head of security over there asked him, well, how about you check this thing out? What was happening is the head of security has his computer that is capable of remote access to the surveillance system, but it kept dropping its connection. And when I got connected with them about it, in less than a minute, it would drop its connection, and in less than a minute, it would restore the connection without any intervention. And it would just do that cycle over and over and over. The video surveillance technician discovered that he can see that symptom just by doing a persistent ping command. He could see the connection drop and come back. When I was connected remotely to the computer, I never got dropped, which meant the connection to the internet was stable. We tried a few things over the phone, and I connected to the router and checked it out a little bit. And there is something I'm concerned about in the router. The video surveillance system is on a subnet of 192.168.0. whatever. And the office staff is on 192.168.1.x. And the router appears to be configured to allow for 2 distinct networks, and that's 192.168.1 and 192.168.2. It doesn't seem to be configured to provide for 0. So I thought that's weird that it's even working at all. So I'm going to go out and check on that this morning. I've got 2 new computers in the other room for another similar facility. A little different because they're, well, you don't need to know those details. But a housing unit. And so what I bought 2 all-in-one HP computers to use in what they call their community center for their residents to use. So I got to set those up. I've got a computer sitting behind me right here. It's from the pest company that I've mentioned to you before. And it was one of their old computers that we replaced years ago. And they had just put all these old computers up on a storage area in their shop. They pulled one of them down and they said, we want you to put Windows 10 on this so that our service technicians can use it. So I have already installed Windows 10 on it. I need to finish up some configuration on that. And let's see, Dee Dee's replacement computer has arrived, so I've got to configure that. So I'm sure there's a couple other things on my short list that are escaping my mind right now, but that's probably good for now. Have a good day. I hope you find this useful. Catch you next time. Bye.